Ba weep, grana weep, and bong, and welcome back to my channel. And today, coming up, we have a Rhinox out of the box. We also have a devious lick Snarl. We kind of see some big old mitts. Whose mitts could these be? And then also we have a Jazz out of nowhere.
And now the news. Don't touch that dial.
Kicking off today then with in-demand toys in the UK. If you have your pre-ordering with them for Jetfire, the Takara Masterpiece version, then that is going to be shipping out this Friday. Exciting times for some people. Maketoys is making its way back again, and Saturday or Sunday, I guess it was, when we did the last video, we were speaking about the fact that Acid Storm had made its way back onto Show Z, or maybe it was for the first time because I know it had been an exclusive somewhere else, and now we can see that the Maketoys Novastorm has now made its way to Show Z. Pre-orders are up there. All feedback that I got from the last video, because I asked for some feedback, was that the Acid Storm from Maketoys is pretty damn impressive, really nice. So I would imagine that this one from Maketoys, this Novastorm right here, is of a similar quality and also super impressive. Really cool. Personally, I do prefer the look of Acid Storm, but this Novastorm, yeah, looks really nice. I'm probably going to go with the Acid Storm though. So at the beginning of the video, I asked whose big old mitt could this be, and no, that W in the corner is not Weyland Yutani Industries, that is W Resources, and they are what looks like building a big old Metroplex that they have incoming, and as we can see, the hand on this one is about the size of a human hand. I'm not sure the age of the human here. Obviously that makes a pretty big difference, but still, pretty damn big hand, right? In my last video, I also showed this little picture here of Rhinox in the box, and now somebody's bought that Rhinox that was in the box and taken it home. These pictures are all over the Tinterweb at the moment, so we can finally see some of the box art and actually what this dude might look like in the Rise of the Beasts movie. We also got a sneak peek at the Destructions, and the Destructions here are your standard Hasbro affair here. Now, I don't think they really go all out, although you can kind of see probably a golden disc or something more Aztecian maybe in the background, which is kind of the theme of the movie, I guess, as well. So we can see all of its different pieces that make it transform and how we attach the accessories. In the box, we can see that they are going to be using that rope to tie everything down. Comes with a couple of weapons, couple of accessories. The alt mode is a mix of what looks like proper mechanics, so you're going to be able to see things on the inside of Rhinox as well. We also got a good shot of his ass, but no ass cannon here, so good, I'm glad about that. But again, this does seem to follow that more cyber look, which is, to be fair, the look I prefer for the Beast Wars. I know some people don't. So we can see, especially here on the face, we see a more cyberized eye. We can see little chains hanging down from the sides as well. And it's got the kind of tank feel to it. It's obviously a big old Bertha, this one. And when we see it compared to a previous version, they are definite similarities. However, like I said, that kind of cyberized, almost Terminator-esque, seeing the metal underneath is pretty cool, and I'm really glad that this is the way they've gone with the Beast Wars designs here. Then the most important bit for most people will be the bot mode, and we see him here, and yeah, it looks okay. It's obviously very different to what we would usually see from Rhinox. We can see there is articulation on the toes, those back ends where we could see the end turn into the legs, so we can see the kind of metal rods fully exposed here, so we can see all the inner workings of this dude. We do look at the accessories as well. I do think, as always with Hasbro, let's be fair, it lacks a bit of paint. There should have been a few different colors going on there. The dude has quite a substantial backpack. Looks like that's where the heat mainly goes, into the back. And this picture here I do find really funny, because this one has been almost memed into a bit of oblivion here, because a lot of people said that this picture here makes him look like Magma from Rock Lords. I agree, he does look like Magma from Rock Lords. And we can then see what he looks like next to one of the older figures. You know, Rhinox has kind of gone silver instead of green. I'm okay with that. Let me know your thoughts on this one down in the comments. I know there'll probably be a few Beast Wars followers and lovers going, nope, Rhinox is green. Through more official channels, we have had some looks at the box art now. And what I find funny about this one here is he's brown. He is brown. 100% Cheetor is just brown there, but when you look at the box art, that box art looks more yellow than he does. So it'll be interesting to see how the two match up with the figure versus how it looks on the screen. One dude that is definitely a pretty bright orangey yellow type color is Battletrap, and we finally get an image of what he's going to look like on the screen, and this is pretty killer. This is the first real image I think that I've seen. Maybe some other people have seen some other images of him in some trailers or some sneak peeks or whatever, but this is the first one that I've seen, and I really like the figure, and I really like the way that this one's starting to shape up on what he'll look like on the movie as well. Probably the figure that I'm the most excited about so far from this entire line. We then also get Bumblebee. Bumblebee is gonna Bumblebee, right? Bumblebee is gonna look like Bumblebee. They're not going to change that character design too much. Comes with a backdrop on a volcano. Cool. Also, arcee, we saw the core version here that also has this kind of little backdrop, but yeah, all in all, that's a horrific figure. Airazor as well, we got to see the image here. We already know this is pretty cyberized, as I like to call it, rather than the flesh former. We do see that on the most recent trailer that we got, and I think the Airazor looks absolutely fantastic. Comes with this little stand-up thing for it to stand on. Cool. Due to some devious leaks, we now have our first look at the fourth Dinobot to be released in the Studio 86 line. This one is Dinobot Snarl, and yeah, banger. These Dinobots, they've really knocked them out of the park so far, I would say. Absolute banger of a design here. Well done, Hasbro. The alt mode is fantastic. The bot mode is pretty damn good as well. Looks like it's highly posable, which it did look a little bit stiff when it was just stood there, so I am glad to see that the dude is super posable, and really nice to see that they have gone fully gold with all of the spikes and the horns that Snarl has. Some of the other characters, personally, I felt they cheapened out on and didn't give us quite the gold finish, especially even on the pictures on the back of the box had. So it's good to see that Snarl is there, is all his shining glory. Comes with a sword. I can't see any kind of lasers or anything like that, but super cool. I'm actually really excited for this figure. Number 4, swoop next, please. And then finally, they had a Transformers question Q&A roundtable, and out of nowhere came a Cybertronian Jazz. Absolutely phenomenal. This looks really good. I do feel, and you know, I'm going to be hypercritical here, but I don't really mean to be, that it looks a little stunted. I wish it was a little bit, there's just something about the proportions of the alt mode that just make it look a little bit small. I wish it was just a little bit longer, but hey, all in all, amazing. The Buzzworthy Bumblebee line here really, you know, gets some very interesting figures now and then, and this one is not a letdown at all. Out of nowhere, absolutely fantastic. I really hope that this does live up to expectations though, because I do have to say that the Buzzworthy Bumblebee that was the Cybertronian version, although it looked okay when it came, it was different shades of yellow, it didn't really hold together all that well. This one I have to say, even the alt mode here, the bot mode, sorry, does look a lot better. The Buzzworthy Bumblebee had so much kibble hanging off of it, it was horrific. This does look a lot cleaner, even in the bot mode, so nice. Really, really well done. This is definitely high up on my must-haves for 2023. So that is everything from me on this Transformers Tuesday. Wow, Hasbro had a very, very quiet January, but February, they are hitting us with figure drop after figure drop after figure drop after figure drop. Somebody give me my work bonus, because I definitely need it, because all that Christmas money is getting spent up very, very quickly. As always, if you're new around here, think about giving me a like, a share, and a subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Alright, see you in a bit. Peace!